Yo, bro, what if we did like an MRI scan of your brain to see whether or not you were feeling depressed, anxious, joyful, happy, whatever emotion you're feeling right now? When we do that MRI scan, you want to know something? Whatever it comes up to be, whatever it is, whether it be joyful or depressed, all has to do with how much delayed gratification your younger self did. So I'll explain the concept in a much better ways further on. About 2.5 years ago, like I'm 14 and a half, our Xbox, like the Xbox that I have, Xbox One, sat in our living room. And for this one night, for this one particular Sunday night, I decided I'm gonna take the Xbox out of there. So it's like 10 p.m. Everyone's asleep. Nothing, no one's awake in the house. I go over to the Xbox, unplug everything, take it all out. 3 minutes later, it's in my room. Tape, cable connected, TV put on, controller right here. Everything's ready. I'm sat there. I'm still looking at the TV like, yes, yes, yes. Oh, this is so fucked. Grab my lotion, grab my tissues, put them down, go to my door, lock it. Live in an African household, so we're not actually supposed to lock the doors. Anytime we do, boom, boom, boom. So when I lock the door, thankfully everyone's asleep though, so no one's gonna notice. Walk back to the Xbox. You see, on my Xbox or on any Xbox, there is a search engine. And this search engine has zero restrictions. Zero. So I do what I do. Go onto the search engine, search on my favorite website of all time, CORN Hub. The fantastic library. Oh man. So I get into work. About like 8, 9, 10, 14, 15 different tabs are open. It's like all filled out. Obviously there's no volume. But then I get my laptop and my phone. Get my laptop, put it down on the desk next to where the Xbox is. Open that up. Open a little bit more. Get my phone, start watching YouTube. Start watching a literal live stream, a Fortnite live stream. Whilst I'm like multitasking with at least 30 different. Fast forward about 2 hours. 2 full hours. I am drenched in sweat. My bottle of lotion is like halfway done. How am I even like saying all this, bro? I'm surprised I'm even getting this detailed. Fast forward, bro, 2 hours. I am tired. I feel dead. It's now 3 a.m. It's now 3 a.m. and I've got to get to school. I've got to get to school at 7:30. How do you think I was at school? How do you think I was, huh? How do you think, like, when I got into school, how do you think my mental state was? Do you think I was so clear, so focused, so productive, so ready to do my work? You think I was an A+ student? You think I'd pass all my tests? 100%, 90%, 80% at most? You think I was attracting anyone? Zero. I was so fucked, so mentally disabled with the amount of pleasure and pleasure and pleasure I was receiving. Fast forward to like a good year, like I'm 15 and a half, November to December 2022. And I start learning about this concept, the marshmallow test. Let me explain to you what the marshmallow test is. So, they like, how should I explain this? A kid, 4, 5, 6-year-old kids. They took these 4 to 5, 6-year-old kids, and the teacher was with them, and they put them in this room, this big old room. And they told them to go sit at this desk. And at this desk, there was a marshmallow. So like imagine literal marshmallow. And they had the kids sit down there. They gave the marshmallows to the kids and they said, all right, if you don't eat this for 15 minutes whilst I'm gone, when I come back, I'll give you another marshmallow. So then you'll have 2. But you have to not eat this one, okay? If this one's gone, then no marshmallow. So like if/then. If marshmallow is gone, no second marshmallow. If marshmallow is here, then second marshmallow. These kids understood the task and they knew it had to be done. 85% of them failed. The majority of them failed. Most of them failed. Now here's the weird thing. The people that did succeed, the people that were able to delay the gratification, the pleasure of the marshmallow, these guys, they did like a long-term study on them, like at least 15, 20, 25, 30 years later into the future. And they found out, hang on, these kids that delayed the pleasure of the marshmallow right here and then, when they were 4, 5, 6 years old, were living much better lives, much more successful lives than the 85% that just failed. They followed these kids up. They learned that they had better SAT scores. They didn't, what's it called, do in most of those bad habits. They didn't smoke. They didn't, no alcohol, no bad addictions, no drug addictions. These kids over here, though, they did. So when I read over the study again, I was like, hang on, what the fuck? These kids that ate the marshmallow, bro. If you and I were in that situation, we obviously would have eaten the marshmallow. Why? A few different reasons. I mean, like, I'm trying to think of some. Our parents must have been like that too. They just didn't give a fuck. They just ate whatever. Had no self-control. So they most likely picked that up from their parents. Our mental health, your mental health drastically like affects how much delayed gratification, how much your pleasure you're able to delay. Now let's discuss the topic of this video. How much comfort will you sacrifice for your future self? What this means in by itself is how much pleasure are you willing to say no to so that your future self can be stronger than it is today? Because right now as we speak, you and I, wherever we are right now in this certain position in our lives, we just got there because of what our past selves did, what our younger selves did. And how much delayed gratification and how much instant gratification they did led up to us being here in this present moment. The reason why you don't have a six-pack, the reason why you weren't built, the reason why you weren't strong, the reason why you still have a porn addiction, the reason why you still eat junk food, is simply because of how much work that young motherfucker was willing to put in. So why don't we just flip the script, delay the comfort right now, so that our future selves can look back at us and thank us? Because here's the thing. Fuck, this is like actually so weird. When you do a bad habit and you like instinctively know in your mind, okay, yeah, I'm kind of fucking up right now. It's like you go through such a mental trauma. Let's just call it that. You go through mental trauma where you feel fucked knowing that your future self is gonna hate you for what you've just done. This is called self-hatred. Self-hatred versus self-love. I think it's pretty like obvious. But self-hatred, when you look back at yourself and you think, why the fuck did you eat all that ice cream, all that junk food? We could have had the six-pack abs by now, but you that's self-hatred. But imagine you had self-love for yourself. And right now you're in a position where you have six-pack abs. You have nice traps, nice delts. You fit into clothes much better because you've actually been eating the right macros, the right nutrients. You've been eating right. You've been building the right muscle. You know you look good. You're going to look back at yourself and think, yeah. My younger self, the guy's a beast. Bro went to the gym when he didn't feel like it. Bro hit 1,000 workouts when he didn't feel like it. Bro hit so many workouts. Ate the right nutrition, ate the right food so that I can look like this. How could you not love yourself when you know your younger self did so much good for you? But at the same time, how could you not hate yourself when your younger self watched 1,000 hours of porn and now he can't even hold eye contact with a girl? It's so interesting, bro. Comfort. That's going to be like another topic, but comfort is the killer of man. I want you to think right now, the body composition of a 40-year-old that has never been, actually no, not a 40-year-old, an 18-year-old that's never been through any challenge, an 18-year-old that's always had his parents give him what he wants, an 18-year-old that's literally never gone through any challenges or trials or tribulations, an 18-year-old that's never gone through the hard phases of life. I want you to think right now, what would his body look like? He lives in America, by the way. He has nice, wealthy parents that are spoiled and let him do whatever he wants. He wears glasses. We'll just say that too. What do you think he's gonna look like, bro? He has all different sorts of addictions. He's never challenged himself. He's gonna... Oh, fuck me, bro. The body composition, what he's gonna look like, he's gonna hate himself. He will. Because think about it. The more that you challenge yourself, the more that you put yourself through bullshit challenge task phases, the more self-love you have for yourself. So think about this man, what was it called? What's the word? It's like a baby man. What's that word? The phrase man boy, boy man, man man child, man child, man child. Okay, this man child that's never put in any sort of work. That's never put in through it. Never put in any levels of challenge or discomfort. He's gonna hate himself. He's gonna look like shit, and we're all gonna see it because he's not gonna have a strong character either. Think about it. The more developed you are as a person, the more like the stronger your character is, simply comes. Oh, here's this. Here it comes. All that comes from how much challenge and discomfort you're willing to put in. Besides, the person that puts in all the challenge, person that puts in the hard work, he is much better to be around than the little man child. You see this all the time. I mean, I see it all the time. About oh shit, it's happened Sunday. My gas station job, behind the counter where I was just doing my little thing, I was scanning this one couple's foods, and then I see this guy walk into the store, like the shop sound when people walk in. He walks in, I look at him, and I promise you, I couldn't tell if he was a guy or a girl. Just think about it. This guy walks through the door. He's obese, already obese, so I'm thinking, what? He has like a ponytail that goes down his hair. A ponytail. He has like these freckles. He's wearing this shirt that doesn't cover everything because you can see his belly fat just extending. He's tall. I mean, he has to be tall to be obese like that. And he looks at me. He walks into the register with this goofy fucking walk, bro. Talking about some... He walks up to the register and he goes, yeah, can I get $10 on pump 2? I'm like, okay. And then some girl walks behind him. Some girl behind him came in with him. This girl looks, I'm trying to think. I actually didn't really remember what the girl looks like. She looked kind of okay, but she had that lesbian cut. So I'm thinking, oh, it's just like a lesbian couple. I forgot to mention one last thing. The guy with the ponytail, or the obese person that walked in, he had a beard. He had like a little bit of stubble around right here. So I kind of got a little bit confused. Like, hang on, is this guy like trans or something? This guy asks for the thing. The girl comes behind him and says, oh yeah, I'll pay for it. He walks over to the pizza aisle, the place where we put all the pizza. Motherfucker grabs 8 pizza slices. So at QT, we have these boxes, these like little boxes of pizza, look like this. That's like the worst thing I can do, but like it's a box, and then in the box is like a 1 pizza. He grabs 8 of these, and he just shoves them all over the counter. And I'm thinking to myself, I gotta bag all this shit now. Come on now, bro. I bag him all up, yeah. He pays for it all. Not him. Sorry, the girl pays for it all. And I swear to you, bro, when I saw him walk away with all 8 of those slices, I was thinking to myself, those pizzas are the reason why you look the way you do. And I'm sure as hell you're not proud of the way you look. You continue to eat the pizzas that made you look that way anyway. That is what really fucked with my mind as soon as I like started reinstating the story in my mind. Why don't we start practicing self-love? Why not, huh? Because it's shit like that really gets me thinking, I don't want to like destroy myself. Literally. For every workout you're doing, think about it like this. Every workout that you do is like a symbol to how much love you're showing yourself. Because if you loved yourself... Yo, fuck. I just got like a thought going to my head about low-tier God. You should... yourself. You should... Oh my God. You should love yourself now. Anyways. We should practice self-love more often. Because when we practice the self-love, when we practice the discomfort, which is in a weird way, discomfort and self-love go together more than comfort and self-hatred. I think that's just so weird to me, huh? Like, that's just a weird concept to be thinking about. Self-love and discomfort go together, and comfort and self-hatred go together. I gotta write that down. Hang on. We've already crossed over into the bro section, so I haven't done a bro section like such a long time. There's gonna be like no more edits from here. Yeah, if I just stuttered, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna cut it out. Self-love x discomfort, and then self-hatred slash comfort. I think that's so bizarre to me. Self-love and self-hatred. What? So ironically, the more discomfort, like the more challenge you're willing to endure in your life, the better you'll feel, as composed to the more comfort you indulge in right now, the worse you'll feel later on. Actually, no, this actually goes for dopamine too, so I'm gonna erase this all over again. There was actually another topic I wanted to go over, and it was, you know about dopamine, right? Oh, good. Time to get to dopamine. So dopamine is, dopamine is motivation. Motivation to reach a certain point of pleasure. Motivation towards pleasure is dopamine, right? And so the way that I want to like describe it to you is that when we overly indulge in good dopamines, like pleasurable, quick, fast dopamines, like video games, junk food, porn, social media, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, whatever. When we indulge in easy, quick dopamine, okay, so I have two lines right here. This line is going to be the dummy line. So this line is for you, dumbass. This is what you've been doing all your life. You're going to look for the things that give you the highest levels of dopamine. Boo! You're going to get that high levels of dopamine. And here's the thing. Up here, you're going to feel so good. You're going to get the pleasurable feeling. Endorphin? What was it called? I don't remember. But either way, this right here is pleasure. This right here is you watching porns or playing video games. This is not good. Because when you experience this high level of dopamine from any addiction that you have, what actually happens is that when it's time to go down, when the porn is done, when the video game session is over, when the junk food has finally been finished and the chips are finally empty, this pleasurable feeling right here goes down. Bum bum bum. No shit, dumbass. But hang on, it doesn't just go down right there. It goes down below the baseline of how you were feeling before you felt the addiction. So before you felt the addiction, you were chilling right here. Sometimes you went down, but you were chilling right here, just minding your own business, living your own life. You plateau down below baseline because eventually here you're just feeling all right, doing whatever in your day-to-day life. But when you go down below baseline, when you feel worse, because this right here is like, oh, I'm loving the junk food. This right here is, the junk food's over. Pleasure's over. I just had my second nut of the night. Pleasure goes down, 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 down. And all of a sudden you're operating here. Well, shit, this is your new baseline of happiness, bro. I sure hope you like it down here. This is how you feel This is how people get depressed. Because this is their new baseline of happiness. This is how they feel on a day-to-day basis. And then they encounter the addiction again. Ooh, yeah. And then this is how they feel again. You know how it works, all right? So this is what happens when you prioritize instant gratification. When you prioritize comfort right now. Comfort over character. We need to get rid of that. This line down here. Actually, I should just flip it around. This line right here, okay? This is what happens when you actually do the good actions, the good habits. And you decide to go for a workout. You do something that's hard, that's difficult, that's challenging. You do something that's painful. And your feelings of motivation, your feelings of dopamine go down like fuck. This right here. Actually, I should make this more obvious. Pain, pleasure. You feel like shit when you're down here. You feel hurt. This is like you after a workout, bro. This is you after doing like 30 push-ups. You feel painful. You know what happens after every workout? After almost like literally every workout. You know what happens right after it? You feel so much better for hitting it, bro. There you go. Oh shit. New baseline. What's good? And all of a sudden, it's like this is your new baseline of happiness. And for every single amount, every single time that you decide to delay gratification, that you do something that's painful as fuck right now, you get this little bump, this little underground bump. But ironically, it brings you like up here. This is what cold showers feel like. Cold showers are painful as hell in the moment. They're painful when you turn on that water and that shit hits your back, your face, your everything. You just feel like shit. You want to scream. But a good like 5-10 minutes later, after the shower, you start to feel like a whole new man. You start feeling so much better. This is the simple concept. Delayed gratification versus instant gratification. Are you willing to take the hard, discomfortable, uncomfortable, painful task now? Or are you going to sacrifice it for the comfort of fucking, I don't know, tomorrow? Sacrifice it for the, hang on. Let me reinstate that. Or are you going to sacrifice, oh, that's a good quote. Today's pleasure over tomorrow's growth. Which one are you going to have? Okay, hang on. I want to put this down to perspective for you. Today's pleasure. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Who cares? Which one are you gonna have, bro? Today's pleasure or tomorrow's growth? You really think about it. You can practically only choose one, can you? You want tomorrow's growth, you gotta sacrifice today's pleasure. You want today's growth, you gotta you want today's pleasure, you gotta sacrifice tomorrow's growth. That is actually so mind-boggling to me when I think about it like that. You can only have one at a time. Oh, but AJ, moderation is key. Yeah, fuck off with that, bro. I don't care. Today's pleasure, tomorrow's growth. Which one you want, bro? Shit. Now that I see it like face to face, it kind of makes like so much more sense. Oh my god, I'm so grateful I did meditation for at least like a year before I got to sit down here and speak to you, because now my brain feels a little bit better. So I think, Jesus, I thank my younger self for doing all the hard work so that right now I can sit here and speak to you face to face. So I appreciate you coming, like, sticking to the end of this part. Most people, most dumbasses couldn't do it because, I mean, come on, there's a YouTube short like right below this video, right? Who's stopping you? Just click on that video, waste your time, waste a good hour, maybe 2 hours watching at least 300 shorts compared to you that's able to stick onto this one video for like 25-30 minutes and gain more value. Okay, that's so crazy. Within 30 minutes, you watch one video on education about the brain. You gain at least 100 times more value than the dumbass. Within 30 minutes, he's already watched. God, fuck, I don't even know. How long is the average YouTube short? 15 seconds? Fuck, I'm like trying to do math. It doesn't even matter. 200 shorts. He's watched 200 shorts in 30 minutes, gain little to zero value. In fact, he hates his life after doing it because he just wasted about like an hour of his time. Because 30 minutes is actually an hour when you're doing an addiction habit. Compared to you, that's actually learning for 30 minutes to an hour. So let's put it this way. Today's pleasure, tomorrow's growth. Just always keep that in mind whenever you're about to do something. Today's pleasure, tomorrow's growth. That's the only thing I want you to learn from this video. Today's pleasure, tomorrow's growth. Why not choose this one? So that way, 6 months from now, you have the girl that you've always been crushing over. She's not gonna go out with a loser. Just the facts. Today's pleasure, tomorrow's growth.